Welcome to my podcast, You Are More. I'm your host, Amy, and I'm excited to be here. This is the kickoff of our summer session. I wasn't going to start a summer session, but the last few weeks, it's just been like churning on the inside of me. That summer is passing us by. We're in the month of July, so we're officially halfway through the year, our second chapter, our second January of the year, so to speak. And when I saw the calendar tick and hit July, I'm like, whoa, half the year has passed me by. Where am I at? Locate myself. Where am I at in comparison to where I want to be? What I set out to be? What was my intention? And so I was thinking about that. And I just wanted to come to you today and just encourage you that, yeah, we're kind of in the lazy days of summer as far as lots of summer activities and baseball games and swimming and softball and golf and all that. And all that is, and good family times and picnics, all that is fun summer stuff. But I just want to remind you, don't lose yourself in that. Don't lose yourself in the dailiness of summer. Don't lose yourself in the drifting off. And here's the reality of it. It'll be September before you know it. And then it'll be the holidays and the year will be over and you'll be like, shoot, I didn't really accomplish much this year. Please don't let that be your story. It's not going to be my story because I made a commitment that I'm going to move the needle forward. And here's how you move the needle forward. Because you might be thinking, like, I just don't know how to move forward in what I'm wanting to do in my life. The greatest investment that you can make is investing in yourself. The greatest investment that you can make, the greatest time spent is on yourself. That might sound selfish. It's actually not. When you feed your mind, you feed your spirit, you feed your body, you change the trajectory of not only your life, but those around you. It's the most unselfish thing that you can do is to focus on you and to create growth. So my everyday routine is that I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday. Even if it's just a micro whatever, a very mini minuscule whatever. I don't you know what I'm trying to say. I don't care how small the growth might be, but it's forward movement, it's growth. I've been reading a book, and if you haven't read it yet, Atomic Habits. It's a fantastic book, but basically it's talking about how, I'm going to paraphrase, how small hinges swing big doors. And the atomic habit piece is that every day, if you're doing something consistently, monitor your daily habits. What are they? Are you getting up in the morning? Are you having coffee? Are you having a shower? Are you looking at Facebook? Are you looking at all your social media? Are you hitting your email? Are you reading your Bible? Are you meditating? Are you focusing on positive? Are you exercising? Like, what are your daily routines? Because the reality of it is that you can pretty much predict your life pattern by your routines. If you get up in the morning and make your bed, you're a disciplined person. That's kind of what that means. If you get up every day and habitually make your bed, you're disciplined. If you get up habitually every day and exercise, then you start to trust yourself on a whole different level because you know that you can trust you, that you actually do what you say you're going to do, and that you get up and you do your thing. So, going back to moving the needle forward and not losing yourself in the summer, while I want you to enjoy your summer and have fun, I also want you to be conscious of the fact that it's drifting away and time is the greatest thing that you have. It's the greatest asset that you have on this earth is time. You can't get it back. My philosophy has always been I'm going to do the things that most people won't do so I can do the things that most people can't do. And that's really been a guiding pattern for me. I used to sit at my office and make prospecting calls every Sunday afternoon after open houses. Did I want to do that? No, I had no desire. It was a discipline, and it happened every Sunday, every Sunday, every Sunday. And guess what it created? It created a discipline. It created expectation. It set my appointments for the week, and is one of the best habits I ever created. Guess what my friends were doing? They're hanging out, having a fun Sunday night, doing things with their family. I wanted that thing. I wanted those things, but I thought I've got to create this. And the only way I'm going to create this is by discipline. So right now I'm talking to my agents and we coach with a great coach, John Sheplack, and he basically just keeps going over and over and over. When economies shift, when things shift, when markets shift, when just things get out of your control. The one thing that you can control is the action economy. Action. What will you do to keep moving forward? I tell my team all the time action creates more action, which creates more action, which creates more action. Action creates action. Take the first step, do the next thing. It's what is necessary to happen to move your life forward. So while you're in this summer mode, I'd like you to just pull out your vision, pull out what it is that you'd like to see happen, pull out that vision of where you're going. Think about it, visualize it, see yourself doing it. Huh. What would that feel like when I'm actually living in that dream? Hmm. And how am I going to get there? I'm reading another book. Sounds like that's what I'm doing, right? I'm reading another book, and it's called One More Thing, or The Power of One More. And it's a great book, The Power of One More. It's basically simple practices that, I mean, I'm reading it thinking, this is exactly what I believe. Um, but basically, the thing is, what's the impact on your life of making one more phone call, of working out one more minute, of working out one more hour, of doing something one more, one more, one more? What is the effect of all that? And the effect of it is a very disciplined life, but those benefits show up in amazing ways. So, I personally have a habit of every morning I drink celery juice. And it's a commitment. I've been doing it for about 3.5 years, and it's a commitment. So, about every 3.5 weeks, I have to sit there and remind myself why I do it. Like, I have to get it back out, look at, okay, here's all the benefits of why I do what I do. But I do what I do, and I look at the small incremental changes that I see happening physically. And I don't really think that you can be that successful in any area if you can't master um, things like physically, like health stuff. If you can't get that under control, I know there's things that happen, and I've been there too. Um, but to just everything that's in your power to master those things. So I drink this celery juice every single day. It's changed my entire life. But did it change it radically at first? No, it was, oh, I feel better. Oh, I think I'm moving better. Oh, that didn't hurt when I moved. Literally, day by day, step by step, washing that celery off, shoving it down those stalks down the my juicer every day, going to the store, buying tons of celery every week, buying them out basically. Step by step, that commitment has literally changed my life. It has changed my life. But guess what? Even though it's changed my life, the pull is always to, you don't need to do that today. You're feeling good. Eh, you can just chill out on it. Just give it a break for a few weeks and then come back to it. Guys, that's the pull. That's the gravitational pull trying to pull you backwards. See, in this life, literally, you're moving forward towards your dreams and towards your goals and towards becoming the person that you see you want to become, or you're literally moving backwards. There's no such thing as holding idle. There's no such thing as stagnancy. It's one way or the other. That gravitational pull of our flesh, basically, to eat the piece of pizza, to consume all the chocolate because we're freaking out, to whatever it might be. But just think about how those little changes change your life. That bad habit one day has wreaks horrible effects 5 years from now. Maybe you're just, oh, let me just have a little, I like a nighttime snack of ice cream and s'mores just tonight. Oh, yeah. And tomorrow night too. And the following. And pretty soon you're 30 pounds heavier and your blood sugar's all over the place and you're reaping the benefits of what's become a habit. This is so simple, yet so profound. Mastery in this area is critical. You're like, wow, Amy, this is not a fun summer series. No, but if you can master these little things, then you can go have fun. My morning mastery allows me to be the rest of the day like I've accomplished so much by the time I get to my office that personally that I'm like, okay, we got this. And I have so much more to give because I've already done my thing before I get to the office. There's such a rule in that. Everybody I know, so many of the most successful people, they get up early, they get their exercise done, they do their meditations, they read their word, they put their positive in, they read whatever book they're reading, they set their face, they set their goals, they set their plans, and they accomplish them. And they accomplish more by 7 a.m. than most people accomplish from between 8 and 5. Guess what? Those are the people on this earth that are leading the charge. Those are the people. And I so believe that we are in such an interesting time right now. We are in such a transitional time that I believe that you're on this earth as a transitional leader. I believe you're on this earth as a transitional leader. There's gifts and callings in you that are necessary for this time. And you will walk in such a fullness of this if you'll practice the disciplines. If you won't give place to those things, just of the flesh and just lasciviousness and just being lazy, right? I always keep thinking of this word that I spoke a few months ago. Um, we did he who wants to have long life and see good days must keep his tongue from evil. And that has as much to do as talking about other people as it does about talking negative about ourselves. When you talk negative about yourself, you're literally cursing your giftings. You're cursing who you are. He who wants to live long and see many, many, many good days. I want to see many, many good days on this earth. I want to live long and strong and see many good days. I have to keep my tongue. It's the rudder, right? It's controlling the ship. It's setting my course. It's directing traffic. I have to set that. And it's so easy to get so sloppy in our conversation. Especially, again, we're hanging out with friends, just having fun, listening to music, chilling out, barbecuing, doing all this stuff. Sometimes you can get sloppy and let your guard down on your conversations, how you're speaking, things that that you would never say, maybe you're saying. Attitudes that you would never express, it's kind of summer. It's kind of undisciplined. Rein it back in. Rein it back in because here's the reality of things. Time is moving by. And your disciplines, your tiny disciplines, are going to move the needle in your life. Your tiny disciplines are going to show up. Those tiny disciplines that you're practicing at home are going to show up publicly. Just like your problems, your private concerns, your private areas, your private troubles, they're always going to show up publicly. They're going to show up in your workspace. They're going to show up in your friend space. They're going to show up. But so are your private disciplines. And you're going to get to eat the fruit of that discipline. So I can't help but think that as we walk into this summer, as we're halfway through this summer, that it's so critical that you kind of pull it all back in and start to go, okay, here we are. Where am I going to go and how I'm going to get there? What am I going to do every single day that's going to move me closer to my goal? Maybe I have to practice my guitar for 10 more minutes. Maybe I have to drink another glass of water. Guys, it's whatever your goal is. It might be for weight loss, it might be for health, it might be for finances, it might be for business. Make one more phone call, knock on one more door, write one more chapter, write one more page, read one more chapter. Anything that you can do that can move you forward in self improvement and in self discipline, I promise you, is going to reap massive reward to you publicly in whatever field you're in. I promise. I don't know a single person that's not disciplined in what they do every day, disciplined in their thought life, disciplined in their exercise, disciplined in how they feed their mind, disciplined in who they even hang around with that isn't just doing amazing things on this earth. And success is defined by whatever you define success as. Success is different to everybody. Success is completely different to everybody. To some, and to most, it includes having a good family, having great family relationships. That's a huge success, right? It's rare in our day. It's a huge success. So maybe it's that. Maybe you've sowed time into that. Maybe every day you worked a little bit on your marriage. Every day you sat and had a conversation that was okay, you had 5 minutes together, you had 10 minutes together. Those little things are building blocks for your future. And you just don't get to run past them. I used to have a friend who would there's a scripture, I don't know where it's at, but she used to always say to me, Amy, despise not thou the day of small things, for therein you're built. And sometimes getting up in the morning, getting out of bed, setting your course, moving your body feels like a small thing. It feels like an insignificant thing. It feels like who cares if I didn't do it tomorrow? If I didn't do it for a few days, I wouldn't really notice a difference. True. But guess what? You can't afford to take that path because that path is setting you on a pace of, oh, yeah, I just don't do it, or I'm inconsistent. When you understand the power that you have and your consistency, and you know you can trust yourself because you're consistent, you're disciplined, everything else in your life starts to line up with that. In this book, The Power of One More, he talks about the proximity. Um, he's basically saying you can't hang out, you can't possibly stay at 75 degrees if you hang out with people operating at 100 degrees. Through proximity, you absorb the traits, the actions, and the beliefs of the people you associate with. Consciously and unconsciously, their knowledge and ideas become a part of who you are. That's why you need to seek out quality associations that can either directly or indirectly help you grow to be your 100-degree person that you're meant to be. You're on this earth to be that 100-degree person. And your associations are either um, encouraging you and causing you to be in growth pattern. They're causing you to talk about ideas of where you're going. Um, they're causing you to move forward. They're elevating your life. That's who your friendships need to be. They need to be people that elevate you. When you're with them, you're elevated. When you're with them, your desires are elevated. When you're with them, your thoughts are elevated. You're challenged. I'll always say this. So when I went to work at one of the second brokerage I went to work for, everyone there was selling way more real estate than I was. I left a company that I was their top agent, and I went to another company, and I was like nobody. I'm like, wow, whoa, these guys are so good. Guess what happened? I started hanging around them. What'd they do? I followed what they did. I did what they did. I implemented. When you hang around people that are doing things at a high level, that can't help but fall off on you. That can't help but raise you, right? So what happened? You get around high talent, you rise to the level of that. You play golf with a great golfer and you're not playing that great, you're going to rise to it. You play golf with a not so great golfer, you're going to see yourself do the same thing. Like it is really a thing where you're going to rise to the level of your competition. You're going to rise to the level of people around you. And I cannot overemphasize the power of your tribe, being around the right people that elevate you. It's critical to your life. It's critical to your future. It's critical to your destiny on this earth. The right people elevating you to the next level, helping you see things, helping you see giftings in you that you don't even know you have, helping you see past, helping you see your purpose, helping you see, just encouraging you in those areas that do it themselves or live in that life themselves. So your associations are so critical. So even this summer, make sure you're still staying connected to your key people, your power tribe, right? Because you are going to be the sum total of the 5 people that you hang out with in your life. You're probably going to have a similar financial package. You're probably going to be similar in your health as far as your lifestyle, your healthy lifestyle, your lack of healthy lifestyle. We run with groups, right? And with crowds. And you can start to see, oh, yeah, they're that group. They're that group. You're going to become who you hang around with. So make sure the people you're hanging around with are where you want to go. If they don't have what you want to have, if they aren't where you want to go to, you might need to change your tribe. You might need to change it. So I'm going to encourage you again, take the step of discipline and action. And just every time you go to get into a lazy thought or a thought that says, not today. I'm not going to do this today. Or I'm just going to lay on the couch and just watch one more show. I'm just going to binge on one more Netflix series. Oh, I'm just going to scroll social media for another half hour. Every time you do that, you're taking away something from your life, right? It's okay to do that every once in a while, but that can't become your habit. That can't become your pattern. So roll it back and get back into discipline. If you've fallen off the wagon, so to speak, this summer, hop back on it. Get back on your discipline. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. You're going to feel so much better when you say no to that piece of cake. You're going to feel so much better when everyone's eating pizza and you're like, no, I'll take the salad. You're going to feel so much better when you are up and out the door exercising before most people are waking up. I promise you, it's going to start to build for you a life that you could only imagine because what you do in private, the disciplines in private, show up publicly. Just like everything else, it shows up. No one's ever an overnight success. It's step by step by step by step. So I hope that you're encouraged. I hope you weren't like, oh, Amy, you're dropping the heavy on me. I'm enjoying my summer. Enjoy your summer by all means, enjoy it, but just stay focused. Look at your dreams, glance at your dreams, focus on them, right? And put one foot forward every single day towards that path. I don't care how small it is, because even if you're getting some forward movement, it's better than going backwards. And remember, there's only forward and backwards. Idle is not a position. It's not there. Gravity is pulling you forward or gravity is pulling you backwards, and you have to keep pushing forward. And the only way you're going to push forward is if you keep focused on your vision and keep focused on what you see yourself as and keep focused on what you're called on this earth to do and keep focused on that body shape you want. Keep focused on that bank balance you want. Keep focused on the number of homes you want to sell. Keep focused on what you want to see in your family. Keep focused. It'll cause you to make one more phone call, to give it one more shot, to give everything you have in your life one more shot. I promise if you do this, you can't help but have a transformed life. As always, I'm Amy. I'm excited to have had some time with you. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to our summer series. It's just going to be, 3 or 4 episodes just to encourage you in your walk, encourage you in your pursuit of who you are on this earth, to encourage you in your excellence, because the reality of it is you're more, you truly are more, and you're created for more. So you are more. Think about that. Every day, walk around and say, I am more. I am more. So I promise you, you're going to eat the fruit of your lips. So if you like this, subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, give me a 5-star review. I'd appreciate it. And as always, we'll be back here encouraging you with positive, motivational content that will move you closer to your living your dreams.